Folksy, and we are here with the Folksy Online Spring Market Walks, which is our opportunity to meet some of our amazing stallholders and your opportunity to find out a little bit more about them. So today we've got 4 stallholders to introduce you to. We have Kirsteen from Stitch Studio. We have Lauri from the Creative Space. We have Louise from Whimsical Bells. And we have Joe from Crafty Joe's Emporium. So they're all here to tell you a little bit more about what they do and what they have for sale at the market this weekend. And we're going to talk to each one in turn. And we're going to start with Kirsteen. So I'm just going to swipe everybody else out. 2 seconds. Hi, Kirsteen. How are you?
Oh, hello. I'm good, thank you.
Good. It's lovely to see you. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about what you do?
Yes, I'm Kirsteen. My business is called Stitch Studio, and I make cute felt animals in a sort of retro style for your home or your space.
Fantastic. They are super cute. You were our featured maker a few months ago, a while ago now. I've lost track of time.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to know more about you, there's a whole interview, isn't there, on the Folksy blog where people can read all about your work, which is it's really nice to find out. So have you got a favourite that you would like to talk about or show us this weekend?
Oh, so many favourites. Usually the last thing I've made is my favourite, but I think for the market, it's got to be my spring lamb, which I've made specially for spring. So I've called it Buttercup because it's got a little buttercup behind his ear. And yeah, he's waiting to find his new forever home.
Oh, he's definitely going to find a forever home. Definitely. And apart from the spring market, then, what are your favourite things to make, or have you? Do customers also have their own favourites? What's popular?
Well, I love to make my big dash hand. It's nice to do something really big, and he's a bestseller as well.
Yeah.
So
Can we have a little look at him? I can never get enough of him. His shape is just brilliant. The proportions of his head and then this really long body, it's amazing.
I spend a lot of time getting his ears just right, because a dachshund's ears kind of all stick out, and so I pin them in place, and I do like to leave them there for quite a while before I sew them down, just to make sure that.
And how much is a dash hand?
This bigger, because I do different sizes. So this big one is 35.
Fantastic. Yeah. Lovely. So he's always really popular. And what else do you enjoy making? You said that the last thing you've made is always your favourite.
Usually, yeah, because it's always sort of, it's always a pleasure to put them all together, and then you've got their new personality, and that's always nice. But I do like as well my little snail. Make my slightly sparkly snail.
Just brilliant. Brilliant snail. And like we said before, much better in the house on a shelf than in the garden.
Yes, definitely. You're allowed to like this one and find it cute, because
I like it. It's like almost pouting. It's brilliant. Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. And can you tell us a bit about your little birds? Because I love those. I'm always partial to your little lovebirds as well.
Yes. So we've got little lovebirds. So of course they come in a pair as well as on their own, if you wanted a pair of lovebirds. So yeah, here's my little lovebird. And all my birds come with a little wooden perch, little wooden button, so they perch, so that you can put them on a shelf.
So that would make a really lovely anniversary present as well, or a wedding present, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a wedding or engagement or Valentine's.
Gorgeous. So could you just give us a kind of roundup of your price range and what you've got on your stall? If people visit your stall on Trestle this weekend for the market, what can they expect to pay and get?
Well, I have a range of everything really at the market. So my birds are £16. They're probably the smaller things. And we've got bunnies, they're 27, and my little fawns are 27, and then like I said, the bigger dachshund is 35.
Brilliant. Such a good price range, especially, if you think about how long it takes. How long does it take you from start to finish, or do you kind of make in batches? How long is it a lot of work involved?
It is a lot of work, and it does depend on each thing, how intricate it is, or sometimes a bigger thing will take longer because there's more stitches, but then a smaller thing will take ages because it's so fiddly. So it does vary. I've never really timed them from beginning to end. The closest I've got is trying to time a bird, and that took about 4 hours from cutting out, the very beginning of cutting out, to completely finishing it. So
yeah, it's a long time, isn't it? If you look at the prices and the amount of labour and skill that's in there, not even including the material. And they're made from felt, aren't they? Is that?
Yeah, it's 100% wool felt, which makes them really durable.
Yeah.
And which means I can really like tug them and pull them around. That's how I can get them into such different shapes. And they're stuffed with like a toy stuffing, a polyester.
Yeah, fantastic. Brilliant. So as well as this weekend at the Folksy online spring market, people can find your stall there. Where else can they find you if they want to find you on Instagram and follow you on there?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'd love you to come and follow me. I am at Made by Stitch Studio on Instagram.
Brilliant. Oh, it's lovely to meet you, Kirsteen. Really lovely. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
And next we're going to speak to Lauri from Creative Space. Hi, Lauri. How are you?
Good, thank you. Lovely to be here.
Oh, it's so nice to have you. So would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about what you do?
Yeah, sure. So my business is the Creative Space, and I'm a paper collage artist. So I have quite a range of original artworks, one-off pieces, and let me show you some of them.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
We have little feathers painted in ink.
Oh, it's beautiful. That's beautiful. The colour on that was so strong.
Thank you. So there's another feather where I quite like sewing on paper. So quite a few of them feature sewing. And one aspect of my work is I like using up all the scraps. So I have a drawer full of tiny bits of paper, and I'll use them up on pieces like this little rainbow.
And when you when you're using your collage, do you mix then sort of like you were saying the scraps of paper, fabric? Do you do printmaking as well? What sort of methods do you use?
Yeah, so excuse me. I do some printmaking. I paint. I do a lot of watercolor painting. So sometimes I'll create papers with different textures, different colors. And then, so I have a whole drawer full of different papers that are available. And then I've got things sort of ready to access. So for instance, this one, this was a larger painting that I cut up and then added the little leaf motifs on top.
It's really beautiful, really beautiful. And I imagine it's the sort of thing that you could keep finding things in. Sort of the more you look at it, the more you see, and the more kind of stitches you notice.
Yeah, absolutely. So something else I have is a range of cards. These are really popular at the moment. So it's a set of 5 cards. These are based on my original artworks.
Oh, lovely. Can we see each one in turn, Lauri?
Yeah, sure. So these are all floral and foliage ones. This is a bit of a fun one. This was printed trees and little birds. I don't know if you can see the tiny bird sitting in the top of it.
Yeah, just see it. Yeah, fantastic. And how much is that? Did you say it's a set of 5, Lauri?
Yes, yeah.
So how much is a set of 5?
Bundle, that's £13 for the set.
That's brilliant. Beautiful. And do you have a favourite piece that is for sale at the market, or something that you're really kind of interested in doing, or kind of a new sort of a new way? Oh, that's lovely.
This is my current favourite. I have so many pieces, it's difficult to choose, but actually this one is I was doing a floral Instagram challenge in April. And this has got, so the little stamens are just peeping out.
It's fantastic. They look like crocuses.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Phew.
Well spotted. Yeah.
Was that the floral Instagram challenge that was the one a day?
Yes, a month in flowers.
Yeah, a month in flowers. Black and Torty, is that?
That's right. Yeah.
The one? Fantastic. It's really nice that inspired you to make some pieces.
Yeah.
And do you find that you make with the seasons? Because obviously this is a spring market. Do you find that kind of you're more inspired by spring florals like the crocuses at certain times of year, and then does your work go more autumnal kind of in its tones later?
Yeah, definitely. So another one I've got, which is new to my shop, is this freesias one.
It's beautiful.
And so again, the vase was a piece of paper that I'd created and kind of had in my drawer, and then suddenly thought, oh, that would work as a vase.
Yeah.
So
It would be beautiful framed on a floating, sort of as a floating frame as well, if you know what I mean. Sort of,
yeah.
That would look lovely.
Yeah.
And what's the price range then for your original artwork?
Yeah, so I think the rainbows are the cheapest ones. They're £10 each.
Yeah.
And I've got quite a few different versions of them.
Yeah.
And then the individual collages, I try to price it based on how long it's taken.
Okay.
So they go up to about £45, but
that's really affordable. It's really affordable, and you've got a range of different sizes there as well, from the sort of postcard sizes to the bigger artworks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's quite a few postcard ones, and something else I have are these little hanging frames. So this is a paper cut that's fitted into these gorgeous little frames.
Fantastic. That's beautiful. And how much is that, Lauri?
Oh, I knew you'd ask that.
I haven't asked that. We don't need to know. We don't need to know, because people can just visit. They can visit the spring market, they can click on your stall, and then they can find out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they can tell us the answer. So that's totally fine. So as well as being at the spring market this weekend, where else can people find you? If they wanted to follow you on Instagram for lots of inspiration, where would they find you? Yeah,
so on Instagram, I'm the Creative Space UK with a little underscore in between each word.
Brilliant. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. I've loved learning more about you. I definitely need to go and just explore your shop, because it feels like there'll be something for kind of every occasion. I feel like I could definitely buy some cards and then some artwork too. Amazing. Lauri. That's really nice.
Thank you, Camilla.
Thank you. And we're going to meet Louise next from Whimsical Bells. Hi, Louise.
Hiya.
How are you?
All right, thank you.
There was a sigh there. It's always quite daunting doing this, and everybody doesn't know this, but I had a power cut in the middle before we started, so that was great. I've just put everybody at ease with my power cut. So for people who don't know you, could you introduce yourself, Louise?
Yeah, I'm Louise. I'm from Whimsical Bells. That's my husband's fault. He used to call me Whimsical Bells.
And what? He called you Whimsical Bells?
He called me Whimsical Bells.
Oh.
And it got changed into Whimsical Bells. That's where I got my name from.
So you are Whimsical Bells?
Yeah. It's me.
That's brilliant. Yeah, sorry, go on.
I love to sew. I love quilting. Sort of beating up the quilting bug. And I like to make sort of small table runners, mug rugs, things like that.
Fantastic.
Quilting.
Have you always loved sewing and quilting?
I only recently got into quilting, but I have always loved sewing. My nan taught me cross stitch when I was 8, and
it's always the nans.
It's
amazing. It's always I honestly, like 80% of times or 90% of times when we speak to people, you know, within the textile industry, seamstresses or fashion designers, it's always my nan taught me.
Yeah,
I think it's amazing for those nans.
Absolutely, and I always still have cross stitch on the go.
So do you do a range of different types of work, Louise? Have you got in your shop, is there?
Yeah,
how would you explain what you do?
My favourites are the mug rugs.
Oh, nice.
Basically oversized coasters.
Yeah.
So you've got room for tea and your biscuit.
And a biscuit. I was just going to say there's definitely room for a biscuit. And then you don't get crumbs on the table, which is what always happens. Yeah.
And I've also got some fabric boxes.
Lovely.
Which actually snap, so you can.
Oh, that's clever.
Lie them flat. Or have them up.
Yeah, and that's really useful for little bits and bobs, isn't it? Or especially in craft rooms as well. You could put all your little bobbins or something in there too.
I've actually got them on my dressing table for
Yeah.
random bits of jewellery and things.
Yeah,
The
that's a
little
good
ones.
idea.
They do come in these like bigger ones
Oh,
as
that's
well.
gorgeous. How much is that size then, Louise?
The big size are £12. The
Yeah.
smaller ones are £6.
Wow, that's incredible. That's really good value.
They're fun to make, and they're good for using smaller bits of material that are left over from other projects.
Yeah. So how do you what do you do with fabrics? How do you source your fabrics? Is it kind of, have you got a huge fabric stash at home? Are you one of those people?
I have a quite large fabric stash at home. I do have lots I've collected over the years, but I do source mainly actually from my local quilt shop in Romsey, Green Hill, and they do actually beautiful. They're always 100% cotton quilting, cotton fabrics, which are very durable. They're really good fabrics, and they're always really pretty.
Yeah, it looks like you've got a really nice range of colours. Is there
Mm.
anything else there that you particularly wanted to share? I'm quite intrigued by those bags, but I didn't want to kind of ruin your display.
These are my project bags.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Space Mill, but they're designed for crochet hooks and things like that. So you've got small pockets on this side. There's about 7, I think, across there, and 3 bigger pockets on the other side.
Yeah, so super useful.
Inside out, so you can have pockets on the inside if you prefer.
Such a clever design.
They come.
It's so clever. And how much is that bag, Louise?
These ones are, I'm trying to think. I think these ones are about £20.
Okay.
15 to 20, and the bigger ones are 27, I think. And they're just a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
a bit more wool in there for bigger projects. Yeah,
they're really lovely. Really lovely. And have you got something? Have you got something special for the market? Is there a piece that you're particularly kind of excited about that you're selling this weekend?
I do love these mug rugs because I love the little sentiments on them. They've got love fully on that one. Nice. That one's life is an adventure.
Yeah.
Delight in the journey, and just relax and enjoy the ride. Because I think we all need to remember that sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. We need to do that. And I can just imagine those. I know they've got caravans on them, but in a sort of a beach hut or something, it would just be so lovely, wouldn't it? I think we all need to do that. Yeah, exactly. I am so excited about the sunshine. Space and sunshine and beaches. That's exactly what we need to do. And are you running a special offer this weekend for the market?
I am running a 10% discount this weekend.
Wonderful. So that's with the code Spring Market. If people go over to the Folksy online Spring Market, if you're not already there, and find Louise's store, which is Whimsical Bells, and then that will take you to the Folksy shop. You can see all your products there. And then if you check out, you use the code Spring Market. That's wonderful. Brilliant. Thanks, Louise. It's been really nice to see all your work. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. And our last stall holder today is the lovely Jo. Hiya, Jo.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, good. Yeah, you're looking very bright. I love the outfit. I really like the headscarf.
Thank you.
It's really good.
This is one of my new products.
Oh, is it? Of course, it should be, shouldn't it? If you're wearing it, it's gorgeous. So, could you introduce yourself to people who don't know you?
Yeah, so I'm Jo of Crafty Jo's Emporium, and I make handmade sewn items like bags and purses, and like makeup bags and headbands.
Fantastic. We've got a little bit of a kind of lag with the video or something, but I can still see you, and I can still hear you, so that's great. And so what have you got that you would be able to show us? I can see you've got lots of lovely products behind you. Would you be able to show us something that you've made?
Yeah, so this is one of my latest bags that I've made. It actually is a little wristlet bag, so your hand goes in here like this, so you can hold it sort of against you on a night out, and it's got this lovely little, I don't know if you can see, this little rose zip tag, and a lovely multicolored zip. And then inside it has a pocket that you can just pop your hand in, so for your phone. And then it's got a little zipped pocket as well, for sort of makeup and things like that. So it's I just really love this fabric. I'm actually going to make one for myself for a wedding. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And it's really soft,
really
like
nice.
sort of leatherette type material, and then obviously this lovely cotton in the middle.
I really like the combination. They work really beautifully together.
It works really well together, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And then I've got some sort of different size zipped makeup bags. So this is one of the large ones that would fit like all of my makeup in it for whatever I had. And then I've got some smaller ones that are 2 different shapes.
Oh, those are great.
So this is more
is that Wonder Woman as well.
It is Wonder Woman, yeah.
Good.
So I'd chuck those in my handbag with just what I needed for a night out or a day out and that kind of thing. And then obviously I've got lots of sugar skull material because that's one of my favourites. And then these a variety of headbands that I've just started making. So
those
lots of different
so
types.
Nice.
So
are they soft headbands, Jo, or have they got?
Yeah, so this one's a jersey fabric, so it's got the stretch in it,
nice.
And it's got the little knot at the front.
Yeah.
See the crossover. And then these ones are knotted cotton, so organic cotton that makes they're elasticated at the back. So there's 2 different styles.
And then there's that lovely fabric underneath. I've got my eye on that one, the 3rd one down.
Oh, this one. Yeah, so can you see this is the middle of the bag?
Yeah.
I'm using up all the fabric in different ways. So that's one of the things that I wanted to do, was not waste any fabric. So
I think it's really
it's kind of like the multiple uses I can use it for. And then my last product is these kind of tote bags. So they're just like for going to markets and popping all your bits in. So they're lined with pillowcases and things that wouldn't have had a use otherwise. That would have just gone to scrap.
So really sustainable.
Yeah, and then I've put we've got a wonderful shop near where I live in Leeds that's just full of, it's called Scrap, and it's just full of all sorts of things that wouldn't get used otherwise. So I've got zips from there, so they've got little zipped pockets in. And the little press stud fastenings. Really nice. And I got the webbing from there as well. So what that was from, I've no idea. But yeah, it's made some really great different bags with all different materials.
That's such a good idea, isn't it, to have that? And we've got so much. The fashion industry is such an issue, isn't it? And we need to reuse these fabrics. And instead of having things from new all the time, I really love that ethos. It's brilliant. And could you give us an idea about the pricing as well?
Yeah, definitely. So the headbands are £8 each.
Wow.
And then the smaller zipped bags are £7.
Yeah.
And the large ones are £10.
Wow, that's so good. That's such good value. It's amazing.
They're just I love making them. They're quite simple but really useful. The small tote bags are 10 and the large ones are 12. And then this bag is £25.
That's beautiful. But even the tote bags, you go into Tesco or something, and the ones that they've got for sale, you might as well get one of those for the same price, more or less.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And I use one of these for work, and it fits in like an A4 notepad, and that's the smaller size. So the large one, fits in quite a lot, so I can carry everything I need and more.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Oh, it's amazing. I'm definitely going to go and have a look at your store. So if people want to shop you this weekend, you are running a special discount?
Yeah, 10% discount.
Fantastic. And again, that is with the code Spring Market. So people just need to find your stall on the Folksy online Spring Market, and then that will take them to Folksy. And where else can they find you? Are you on Instagram?
I am, with Crafty Jo's Emporium, the tagline. I think it's got underscores in between the Crafty and Jo's Emporium, just to make it complicated.
Oh, I love it. I love your retro vibe as well. All the fabrics you choose. It's really nice. That's brilliant. So we've met everybody now. I'm going to just bring everybody back really quickly, just so that we can all wave and say bye. And then, thank you everybody for watching. And we hope you enjoy the Folksy Spring Market, and we hope you find lots of lovely things. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.